Yes, in as much as some people felt that the World Cup should be reduced back to 32 teams, others feel that it should be left at the current format because the current format afford so many teams who are the newbies the opportunity to also play at the World Cup, and it also helps, get the team. Imagine people, a country like Curacao, Haiti. Um, Congo are making a comeback after a very long time. So, and then you also have New Zealand at the World Cup, Australia are also coming back. So, and then Uzbekistan. So, who knows? Tomorrow it could be Tajikistan, even Fiji could also, feature at the World Cup. Imagine what it means to the country, So, it's been great, and a whole lot of things are happening, and good matches so far, and then some poor officiating also witness, like what we saw between Ghana and uh, England. Ghana put up a resolute performance, and it was nil-nil. But in that game, Ghana deserved a penalty, which was not given because is it Ezri Konsa or either one of the defenders, either Ezri Konsa or Magehi. He flew with a challenge on the guy who was to take his position and take his shot. For me, it's a foul, and it was inside the penalty, and the penalty should have been given. You don't need to know. You don't need to mind who else is gorge. And then there's also um, a rule that a player should not cover his mouth while talking to an opponent, whether they're having confrontation or something. But if you're having an argument or you're talking to a player on the pitch, don't cover your mouth. Bellingham did it, and he was left off the hook. But the Amiron, the Paraguayan guy, did it. He was sent off. So standard need to be maintained, and I don't like this idea of the match between Iran and Belgium, where a legitimate goal was scored, it was ruled out. Instead of VAR to ask the ref to hold on, let them check, it wasn't checked. The game was restarted, and later it was discovered that the goal it was a legitimate goal, and then but time has passed. No, you denied Iran 3 points and 3 goals. Imagine what that victory would have meant to the country. You broke so many hearts. So for me, and then the overprotection, some players are getting, I don't like it. Like, Messi stepped on a player, he should have been booked. He wasn't. And then Lataro Martinez did one against Austria. He stepped on the guy, hit him at the back of the neck. I know now. But he wasn't given anything. He was left off the hook. So don't allow this bias to creep in, because it doesn't show, it creates bad blood. Some people feel they have been they're against them, the officiating is against them. So for me, I don't like it. But meanwhile, Colombia also became one of the teams that also picked two straight wins, beating Congo 1-0. Croatia were able to defeat Curacao 1-0. And in the earlier match, I told you England drew goalless draw yesterday with Ghana, and Portugal bounced back very well. Cristiano with 5 goals, Cristiano Ronaldo scoring a brace and creating 2 assists. And Cristiano Ronaldo become the only player in football history to score in 6 successive World Cups. This guy keeps setting the records. He's 41 and he's still doing it. And so I think that kills all the rumor and the noise about him not scoring and blah blah blah. He has scored twice and he assisted twice. So, and then next up, Portugal against Colombia. So it's going to be a spectacle because Portugal need to win that match, because so far they have 4 points. They shared a point each against Congo, so they have to beat these guys or even draw to either come second. But if they win, they'll top the group. So it's up to them. Meanwhile, in today's match, which is the beginning of the last legs in the group stages, you know, Switzerland are playing the host. Canada, Bosnia and Herzegovina are playing Qatar, and then Mexico will also take on Czech Republic, and then South Africa will play um, South Korea. So, and then Morocco takes on Fiji. Haiti, sorry, Morocco takes on Haiti, and then Brazil take on Scotland. So a whole lot of matches are coming on, and it's going to be a bumper. So away from the World Cup, back to the club side. Yesterday there was a hijack. Inter Milan wanted to sign Marco Palestra, and from what we hear from sources, some sources claim that the guy only wanted Inter, he wanted to remain in Italy, whatever, blah blah blah. But then, um, while Chelsea waited patiently, they are they have decided to operate like undertakers. They operate from the background, and they kept their sources kept them informed on Inter's movement. And when Inter now placed the official bid and put got the buying of the player, and there were news that by Wednesday the deal will be confirmed. Chelsea quickly moved in. Inter offer 45 plus 5 add-ons. Chelsea offered 55 plus 5 add-on plus 10% sell-on clause to Atalanta, and they also offered the player 5 million euros per year for 5 years. So you could see financially it was beneficial to the guy, and contract length, same thing. And then it was also beneficial to Atalanta because they are making a cool 55 million euros straight up. Then 5 million will also come in add-ons, and these add-ons are achievable, and it's very easier to achieve it. And those guys, and they also have a 10% sell-on clause. So that's smart business. So, what's your own business model? So you have to learn from those guys and apply it in your daily business. So if you're just joining all these AR Sport, I'm Arafat. And you can always catch us on AR Sport _01. So we move, and Man City and Chelsea. You are wondering how Man City have not announced a manager all this while, even though July 1st is when most of the managers start their job. It's because Enzo Maresca was never sacked by Chelsea. This guy walked out of his contract on the 1st of January, and he has 3 years plus left on his contract. And Chelsea decided to also play along, waiting, they placed the bait. And now, um, though, from what we are hearing and from other sources, there was a tapping. You know, um, Man City tapped Maresca while he was still the Chelsea manager. Telling him to that the job will be his after Pep leaves at the end of the season. So Maresca, in order to get that job, he has to quickly, leave the Chelsea job to make himself available to take it. But the thing is, this is business, and if you're under contract, if you are not sacked, if he was sacked, Chelsea will have to pay him. But since he was the one that resigned, then he has to pay Chelsea. That's just what it means. So when whoever is taking his services, whoever is acquiring his services will have to pay Chelsea compensation. So discussions were held, back channels, and then 17 million pounds. You know, 17 million pounds, 20 million euros was agreed as package. So Chelsea have coolly collected 17 million pounds from Man City. Now they can go ahead and appoint Enzo Maresca as their coach. And looking at the Bluco project also, um, Martin O'Neill was appointed as the coach of Ipswich Town, leaving Strasbourg. So they have to pay up Strasbourg compensation. 5 million euros was also paid. So it's a good business model, and you could see how it is working. So on the other side, um, Enzo Fernandez want to go to Madrid, but Madrid need to offload a whole lot of midfield. They have to clear ways for him to come in. Right now, Chelsea are not bugging on the fee. Chelsea wants 120 million pounds for for whoever will need his service. So it's either you pay, you take, or you leave it. And meanwhile, Enzo cannot even push forward because he still have 3 to 4 years left on his contract. So Madrid are trying to clear, so we are waiting to back channel negotiation are ongoing. Let's see what comes up because right now Chelsea have decided to deal underground. No noise. The only thing you hear, pam, the deal is on, just like what happened for Kukorea and then this Palestine dream. No noise. They are just hovering around. When the opportunity is there, boom, it was taken. So, and the Tottenham are moving big. They have signed Senesi, and They have also signed the Dutch defender from Brighton, and they're also looking to bring in Sandro Tonali. So they are trying to get some interesting players in, But we're also hearing that Lucas Bagwell have asked to leave the club. So all eyes are there. Matheus Fernandez of West Ham is catching attention because Manchester United are interested, Tottenham are interested, and we're also hearing that Madrid are also there. So we don't know which other club will come in last minute and might end up taking him away. We don't know, but we are also watching and keeping an eye as it unfolds. We'll give you the update. But meanwhile, um, Arojo of Sporting Lisbon, the Uruguayan wingback, keep an eye on him because Chelsea are also interested. We are hearing stories, and then we'll see how it goes. So we'll stop here for the day. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. This is AR Sport. Don't forget to subscribe and give us a like and tell us what has been your moment of this year's World Cup so far that have been played. For me, I've enjoyed most of the matches. The goal by Mbappe, that left footed shot. Wow. Man, catch you on the other side. Thank you. Love you guys.